button on the left, and you also have a little symbol if you want to put your hand up, just on the screen should be on the control panel on the right hand side. So and also a text box down the bottom of chat box. You can chat in, put in questions or comments. How we'll do the presentation is I'll mute you all shortly, and we'll go through the presentation and take questions at the end. Although you can of course type in as we. So I'm just going to mute everyone, and then we'll get started with the presentation. Okay. Right. Well, welcome to this presentation, which is an introduction for you about ILAB. So great that you can be here to participate in this. Particular welcome to a competition winner, Christelle. Congratulations, Christelle. That was fantastic that you got that, and to the others who are coming along, also a very, very big welcome. So yes, it's held at the Entrepreneurs Institute, and here we have some of the team. So on the left is the resident management team. Simone is there with her husband Shane, who is the audio and AV specialist here at host here, and she'll be dealing with you and a lot of your arrangements for here and settling in. So Yannick is there on the right, and that's in the middle. I'll be your facilitator during the 30 days of ILAB. And just a little bit about my background. I'm working here at the moment with the Entrepreneurs Institute. I'm a talent dynamic performance consultant and coach, and before Wealth Dynamics, the Entrepreneurs explained a lot about my working career, if you like, and my successes and my challenges, and it's the Wealth Dynamics system and your businesses. So let's get into it. What to pack? Well, first of all, as you know, Bali is a tropical environment, and most of the time you'll be in casual clothes. There's a beautiful pool here, so swimmers are advised. You can bring a sarong if you like, although I think you'll get a sarong in your room. Casual footwear, light footwear, bit of insect repellent doesn't. Just sort of smart, casual business social function where which will involve the Bali. So good to have that. Business online and operated from in the world. You can have a business in place. But is still valuable for that, because you get a lot of advice about marketing and business planning. You can keep if you have a smartphone, that's great. And also consider whether you'd like to bring a camera, or whether your smartphone does the job for that. We do have a little bit of a video exercise in the program, so camera can be an advantage. Most of the things. Okay, it sounds like I'm cutting out a little bit. Is the technical feedback? Okay, just if you hold on for a minute, we're going to boost the signal from my my laptop. Just a moment. Okay, thanks for your patience there. We're back on with hopefully a better signal, and I'll resume. We're just a bit before I cut off there. So yeah, just on electronics, bring your normal the normal gear is the main thing. Just how you'd operate with your business at the moment, possibly with the addition of a camera. So. Electronics. This is the wall plug in Bali. So if you have a travel adapter with two round wall socket plugs, if you have things like iPhones and so on, it's the fatter of the two rounded plugs, if you know what I mean. So I think there's an adapter with two round plugs, which is sort of thin, and then there's another adapter with round plugs, which is a little bit fatter. So that's the kind of adapter that you need, and it is handy to have that because you'll use your laptop a lot. You can also bring a power board, can be handy because you might want to plug in more than one device to charge at the same time. So some of you, if you're here for 30 days, may wish to move around a bit independently, in which case if you do think you would like to rent a car or get a small motor scooter, as some people do, then it's advisable to have an international driver's license, which you can obtain from, most people obtain that, I think, from their local motor club. You know, in Australia it's the Royal Auto Club or something like that. Okay, so other travel details. Just check your passport because Indonesia requires that you have validity of 6 months at least on your passport, and then most countries require for most countries it's a visa on arrival. So you just go to a counter as soon as you get off the plane, and you need US currency for that. Is handy. I think you can pay by credit card as well, but if you've got US currency, that's going to be handy for a couple of reasons. And the first time you'll use it is a $35 visa fee when you arrive. But just check your own country requirements for visas, just to make sure that everything's in place when you get here, or that you're entitled to the visa on arrival service. Now, travel details for the entrepreneurs, for ILAB and the Entrepreneurs Institute here. It's pretty important that you fill in the travel details, which I think it's a link that's in an email that Simone sent to you. So if you haven't got that email handy, just take a note of the link that's on the screen at the moment, and open up that form and fill it in and submit it, and that will make sure that at this end we've got details about when you're coming and and so on. Flight times, flight details, what day you're arriving, what day you're leaving, and anything like dietary requirements. So that's good. When you actually arrive, unless you have arrived early and made your own arrangements, and you're already in Bali, the usual arrangement is there'll be a bunch of people when you come out of with your luggage out of the luggage area, a bunch of people holding up signs. There's usually quite a few of them if it's a big flight you've come in on. So just look out for this sign, XL Vision Villas, which is the name of the resort that you'll be living in and where Entrepreneurs Institute is, and your name will be on a sign looking like that, just as it looks like for a Gung Lee. So look for that sign, and then you'll come out and be met and brought to Vision Villas, which is about 45 minutes away from the airport in the countryside. Right, so that's that. Now, the other thing that was in the email from Simone was a link to do your Wealth Dynamics profile test. So if you haven't already done that, and you don't have haven't already used a token, use the token that's in the email. Submit that, and that means then that the system here will get your Wealth Dynamics profile, and of course we'll be using that a lot during ILAB. Also, take the Wealth Dynamics Spectrum test, and that's again a link in Simone's email to you. This is a very useful test because it sort of is an indication of it shows where you are on the wealth map at the moment, if you like. So you'll get a full report there, and again, that will be the relevance of that and how we use it will be explained during ILAB. But please have that done before you arrive next week. There's also a participants page. This would again be in Simone's email to you. If you haven't got it handy, you can take a note of that link that's on the screen at the moment. But that's just got a bit more information. It's summarising some of the information I'm sharing with you tonight or today, and it will give you a lot more details and just some insights, some nice pictures and so on about the ILAB experience. At the bottom of that is a participant information survey. So just scroll down to the bottom of that page when you're doing it. You'll find the info survey there. Fill in those details and submit it. And the reason for that is that when you submit that, there'll be a bit of homework done on you by the time you arrive at ILAB. And it's to help the mentors, to help Roger Hamilton, who's in certainly in the early part of August, is in the US at the moment doing his book launch. But there'll be interaction with Roger by remote control, and if he's got things like your Facebook URL and or your LinkedIn URL and some details about you, then that's going to be helpful. So notice down the bottom it's got your Wealth Dynamics profile and your spectrum level. So do those tests first, and then fill in the details on this form and submit that there's a submit link at the bottom of the form, I think. Okay, now here's a bit more homework. This is to help the team here at ILAB just get a handle on your situation. This is information that's not shared with the whole group. It's only used by the ILAB team to just get a feel for your situation and where you're starting from and where you want to try and go to during the 30 days. So we're looking for the last few months of your personal monthly cash flow, and just fill those things in as best you can to suit your situation, and that'll be a help to kind of know where you're sitting and where you might want to go over the 30 days. Now that was the first one. Was the historical one. This is the forecast sheet for the next 6 months in your current business. Of course, this may well change during ILAB. If you're coming to actually sort of start a completely new venture, then it might be a bit tricky to do this, but have a go at filling that in, and again, give us some idea of what you're aspiring to over the next 6 months or so. Now, your business presentation. Clearly, the ILAB is about your business and where you want to take it, or your business idea and how you want to develop that. And there'll be several occasions where we'll dive into your business, but particularly on in the first working day, we'd just like you to stand up. This doesn't need to be a big, when I say business presentation, it's not a full-blown, 1 hour presentation on your business. It's actually only a few minutes, about 5 minutes, to give us an idea of who you are, where you are in your business, and how it's tracking, and perhaps one of the other things that you will do early in the program is work out what you want to achieve and get clear about what you want to achieve in the 30 days of ILAB. So nothing big and formal, but certainly something succinct and to the point where we can get an idea of what your business is, and that's of course shared with all the other participants. Now, ILAB is very social, of course, and social media will be one of the topics that we'll cover at ILAB. And it's also helpful as a way of sharing information, both from the organisers and the team here at ILAB to the participants, but also for the participants to share their own experiences during ILAB. So we established a private group for the August ILAB, and the way we actually get that set up is that if you send a friend request to Simone Holt, that's there it is on the screen, SIMONE.Holt, and friend Simone, and she'll then place you in the send you an invitation to the private group. Okay, so that's Facebook, and that's also where you'll find some of the pictures turn up, both taken officially by the super audio-visual man Shane, who runs things here, but also you get a chance to put your own photos up, and that's a good fun and practical thing to help the smooth running of the ILAB. Now, when you arrive at ILAB on Tuesday, 5th of August, you arrive. We need to have you sort of on board by no later than 5 o'clock that day, so that you can settle into your room. You'll have your own suite here, a king-size suite here at Vision Villas, which is like a small boutique resort hotel, if you like. So but for the purposes of ILAB, you have the run of the place. Okay, there'll be mentors and stuff who come in and stay at Vision Villas, but it's a resort that is exclusively for the ILAB participants while you're here. So come along, get settled into your room, find out where things are around the resort, the wonderful resort grounds, and then at 6 o'clock that night we have a welcome event, which includes a bit of a sort of a meet and greet session, and then we sit down to a fantastic Indonesian dinner with Balinese dancing and a great night's entertainment. So dinner is that welcome dinner is included in your ILAB package fee, and drinks are at bar prices there, and the bar prices you'll find quite a bit less than bar prices in your country, unless you already live in Bali. So that's the welcome dinner, and you also meet the team there, and it's just a great way to settle in. And we'll probably ask you just to fill in a couple of forms there that I'll talk about in a moment. But that's a great way to ease into Bali and get ready for the serious work starting the next day. So, what to expect at the ILAB August? Well, you'll certainly get a lot of self-motivation work done. We'll do a lot of mindset work because mindset, moving from the situation that you are to imagining what it will be like to be a successful entrepreneur in the new level of your business or the new business that you're creating, requires some effort and for all of us, some shifts in mindset. So that's one of the things that will be tackled. Managing your time, we'll go through some really innovative approaches that are part of the wealth dynamics system that was created by Roger Hamilton, about managing your time and getting into flow and working with chunks of time so that you're not constantly switching from one thing to another and like constantly changing gears in a car and wasting energy getting to where you want to be. It's also about action and implementation. So this is not just a theoretical exercise where you get some content and you take notes and you can take away and decide what you do with it later. This is about actually taking action. The power of any idea is only in its implementation, and that's a big mantra here at ILAB. So be prepared to act on the things that are provided to you. And one of the things that you'll be learning is some fantastic processes about how to go about moving your business from one level to another. How you can be much better at your marketing, how you can be much better at putting a promotion together, things like online tools, things like outsourcing, and so on. So a lot of practical stuff and processes that you'll learn to use that will last you for a long time in your business. There's also the opportunity of co-working. So some of the exercises involve the participants working together, and you'll find that like all ILABs, it'll be a tremendous bunch of diverse people, but they're all sort of heading in the same direction, if you like, which is wanting to do something better and wanting to learn smarter ways of working. So the opportunity for co-working, in fact, a couple of exercises where we actually encourage you to work together. There'll also be just great connections, and there is a team of tremendous mentors who will be coming in at different stages to work with you on your business, give you their perspectives, and also the opportunity with those mentors to have some one-on-one time, which I'll explain in a moment. So that's what to expect at the ILAB next week. Just a minute, I think I missed a slide. Did I miss a slide? No, there it is. Okay. The other thing that's really important with ILAB is that you agree to a code of conduct, and we're not asking you to sign off on this yet, but we will on the first day of action talk to you about this. So this is just I guess about ILAB's values and how we've found that it really helps. This code of conduct really helps for everyone to get the most out of it. So number one is live deliberately by design and not by accident. Makes sense when you think about it. The other is to listen actively, to actually be present to what's going on, and it's as if you need to learn it so well that you needed to teach it or explain it to others, which will possibly happen during the event. Play full out. This is kind of an immersion exercise in which really a lot of the value is the experience and just joining in the process and trusting the process. And you know, it's about the illusion of knowledge. You know, the question is, how well are you actually doing it? code of conduct number 4 is to constantly check in. What are your current habits and how are they serving you? And just notice how things may evolve for you during ILAB. There may even be points of frustration where you're not quite sure how to take your business or how to use the information that you've been given. So it's just that issue of being aware and constantly checking in with your current habits. So that's what to expect. What not to expect? Well, this is a very supportive environment here at ILAB, but it's not one where we have the mentors or coaching available 24/7. The mentors are here. They have to have their own preparation time. They have their delivery time. They do set aside some structured time that you can book to have one-on-one sessions. They are generous amounts of time during the program that are built in, and but the mentors are not sort of on call, if you know what I mean. The mentors have to get their own work done and manage their own time and deal with do what we preach here, which is that you can run your business from anywhere in the world, and they'll be running their own businesses as well as presenting here at ILAB. Others implementing for you. No one's going to actually do the work for you. You might get some help from your co-workers in terms of bouncing ideas off. There'll certainly be some shared work, but neither the other participants or the mentors will actually kind of fill in all the dots for you. You'll need to take on that responsibility and accountability for yourself. Now, it's very much about being balanced getting that balance right between work and lifestyle. So during the 30 days, there'll be opportunities for relaxation and adventure. Some of it will be organised and offered to you by the ILAB crew. Some of it will be entirely up to you as to what you want to do. You'll certainly have free time on the weekends to go off and do things that you'd like to do. But also the team here at ILAB, if there are things that you would like to organise, or there's enough people who want to do it, then we'll help and assist with that. Some of those things will be entirely at no cost, like an exercise. You can see a bit of exercise going on there in the bottom left of those pictures. We encourage daily exercise program. In fact, it's quite a bit of fun because the ILAB group, we set it up so that we have a team that looks after energy, and we have a team that looks after social, and the team that looks after exercise. So it will be up to the exercise team to some extent to come up with good ways of getting us going in the morning and getting the blood flowing to the brain, and then the energy team can take over with a bit of music or something to energize us before the start of each of the sessions, and the social team can work on what things they would like both to do in the resort. So we'll have film nights and things like that, so you get a choice of what we watch, but also the social outings. So have a think about that. Read up your guidebooks and so on if you want to before you come. If you haven't been to Bali before, it's a wonderful place for options. Some of the options that you see there: adventure and cycling and trips in the countryside and so on. So very much a big part of your 30 days will be having some downtime and some relaxation time. We're also going to have, you're really fortunate to be here at the August ILAB, because there's actually a very, very special event on the 16th of August that's actually launching in Bali called Startup Grind, and this is a global startup community designed to educate, inspire and connect entrepreneurs. It operates in 100 cities in 42 countries. There's 75,000 entrepreneurs, and there's the article there about Huffington Post recently published the top 10 hottest startups in Bali, and one of the founders of one of those startups, Steve Pyro from Synergy Carbon, is coming along to this special Startup Grind event. So there'll be people from the business community in Bali on the 16th of August, and we're hosting it. You'll be hosting it, and you'll be participating in that. So that's, just mark that for your diaries, because that's right in the middle of the program, and that it will be a great event. Okay, so now we have questions, and I'll just check in with Simone to see if we've got any questions there, and I've unmuted you. So please put your hand up if you have a question, and we'll come to you to take to that. So. Button to the left of the, use the little blue button to the left of the control panel there, and I'll answer any questions that that you have. Who'd like to go first? Okay, is that, see, well, everyone's unmuted now, so anyone like to ask any questions, have any comments? You're all unmuted at this stage. Okay, does this mean I've answered all your questions, or it was so boring that I put you to sleep?
Hi, Kevin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Who's that?
It's Simone.
Yes, Simone.
Hi, everyone. I'm just noticing Louise has a question here down the bottom, and she'd like to hear more about the 7-day structure in ILAB.
Oh, okay. Good question, Louise. Okay, so is the 7-day structure is really about applying the different energies that we talk about in wealth dynamics. So, for example, if you haven't, Louise, just type in there if you've already done your wealth dynamics test. Yes, just put in yes or no. Yes. Oh, good. Okay, you've done it. So, so if you've done the test, you know a little bit about the energies. And what was your profile? Just type that in. Mechanic. Great. Okay. So you're a mechanic. That means you have a good mix of the dynamo and steel energies in the four in the four squares of the wealth dynamics square. So what we do is structure the week, and this is a way that Roger has designed a way of working that sort of maximizes your productivity and minimizes your stress, if you like. So, for instance, on our normal pattern is that on Monday, the start of the week, we make that what we call a steel day, which is a day where we spend time doing our planning, checking our business direction, checking our numbers, if you like, where we are in our business, and then on the next day we would move around to probably a what day, decide what our dynamo energy is, thinking about creative things, thinking about new things that might be going in the business. Then we would move around to a day where we look at the blaze energy, which is all about people. So we might examine questions like who will we be working with in our business, and what partnerships might we be pursuing. When we get around to the tempo energy during the week, it's about implementation. When and where will things be done? So we structure the week, and we recommend that for entrepreneurs, they sort of organize their weeks in a similar fashion. You can do it to, adjust it to suit your own circumstances, but the idea is certainly that we work with chunks of energy, and for example, if you're making sales calls or you were doing meetings or you're a coach and you're having your busiest day with people, then make that your Blaze Energy Day, because that's the day you're dealing with people. Does that help, Louise? I can unmute you if you're on mic there. Maybe I can't unmute you. Simone can do that. Okay, is that okay, Louise?
Yes, thank you. I suppose, will there be some structure, or is that in the day one
yes,
information?
Yes, you'll get, when you see the program, you'll see the full structure. That'll be given to you on arrival. You receive a folder, and it'll have the program mapped out for you.
Sure. Okay, I have another question, if you don't mind.
Okay, Louise, go for it.
It's a 30-day program. Will we be doing these courses every day? You said there'll be downtime. Are we doing courses in the morning, or sessions in the morning and downtime in the afternoon, or is it 7 days a week, or?
Yeah, good question, Louise. Thanks for that. It is explained a little bit on the participant page. Just to expand a bit, you'll mostly in the 30-day you'll be doing getting input, if you like, content most mornings, Monday to Friday. In the afternoons, most afternoons, you will have time for implementation. You will also have time for implementation in the evening. Occasionally there'll be socials. I've already talked about the socials, and there might be some things like a film night. So that's a little bit more variable, but essentially think of it as Monday to Friday, input in the morning, and time, a more relaxed time in the afternoon to work together. The weekends are pretty much off. They're for relaxation, exploring Bali, lazing around the pool in the resort. So that's a and also, sorry, I should have also said in the afternoons, that's the time when when you can book one-to-one time with mentors. So if we have the amazing Paul Dunn here in the morning, presenting on his his fabulous perspective on marketing and connection and so on, you could book a time with Paul in the afternoon to actually have a one-on-one session with him. So the afternoons are flexible like that. Okay, thanks, Louise. Any other questions? I want to hear from Christelle. Is she excited about coming because she's the prize winner? Can we unmute Christelle?
Sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Hello, Christelle. Can you hear us?
Kevin, hello. I'm very excited.
Great.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes,
Yeah.
You're coming through loud and clear. Yeah, I haven't got your location. Where are you from, Christelle?
I'm from Brisbane.
From Brisbane. Good. Yeah, great. All right. Well, being the prize winner, all the others are a little bit jealous, but congratulations. It's a fantastic.
Thank you very much. No, I appreciate it.
Prize. And what sort of business do you have?
I'm moving into. I have an online leadership magazine, and I'm moving into training. So I really want to take the opportunity to develop an opportunity that I have.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Where does your online business magazine show up?
It's in Apple Newsstand, and I'll have it on Google Play shortly.
Apple Newsstand. Wow. Okay. Please book some one-on-one time with me, would you? When you
okay, great. What do you, Kevin? I do have a question. Do you have a list of the mentors that will be taking part?
Yeah. Well, it will be in your program when you arrive.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be in your program when you arrive, but it will be. Included in the panel will be people like Paul Dunn, John Abbott, Sandra Morell, and a number. I'm just getting some prompting here on names. Oh, of course, Roger Hamilton, of course, is your mentor. Roger, I think arrives back around the late in August. Oh, and also yes, Donna Meredith is one of our presenters, mentors, and she'll be here. Donna's from Brisbane, so it'll be great to have Donna on board.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, all right, Christelle, that's fantastic, and congratulations on pursuing the Apple newsstand. Did you buy did you buy the Magcast through Ed Dale?
Yeah, I use Ed's system. That's right.
Ed's system, great. Okay, very smart fella, and you're very smart for pursuing that. Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
Great.
Yeah, thanks, Christelle. Anyone else have
Kevin.
questions? Okay, I see the question about from Teresa about purchasing meals at resort. Is that purchase meals at the resort or is the local produce stores? I see Simone has partly answered that. But yeah, look, consider this: that Vision Villas is a small boutique resort hotel. You will your breakfast is included. But if you order other, and it's a sort of a buffet breakfast, which includes things like beautiful fruit and you know, rice and omelets and things like that. But when you want other things, they are charged virtually at say it's probably Bali hotel prices, which is cheaper than you'd probably pay in places like Australia, but there's in-house laundry. But if you can order extra special coffees, extra special juice drinks, which are just amazing, and then your lunches and dinners, except for the ceremonial ones in your program, lunches and dinners served at the resort. But you certainly, it's open to you to go to other places, particularly on weekends. People have a bit of time to get out to look around and try other places. All right, are there other questions there, Simone? I'm not seeing any more at the moment.
That sounds looks like it now.
Okay.
Looks like we've got a hand up in the video.
Okay.
Hang on. There we go. You're unmuted.
Great, thanks. Is that me?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, groovy. Hi, everybody. So I'm proxying for my partner, Young Price, who's
right.
arrived from a full-on day of doctoring. I'm coming over with her as her partner, and so I kind of caught all that you shared when the technical thing got sorted. I'm just wondering, so the days sound like they kick off reasonably early, and they're full days through till around, I'm guessing, 4 or 5 o'clock?
Yes, till about 5. We have the formal part kicks off at 9 each day, but we generally have exercise at 6:30, and that might be followed by something that the exercise team might have. You know, it might be stretching and something like the Tibetan rites wake up sort of exercises. But I think in the current 15-day ILAB we had jazz dancing one morning, and we've had walks to the local village, about a 30-40 minute walk, a walk down to the beach. The beach is about 25 minutes walk from. You can walk through the rice fields, or you can walk down the road. To a surf beach. So and you have 2 hours for lunch, so it's a decent break in the middle of the day, and then we have a mid-morning, a mid-afternoon break of a half an hour. So in terms of was it what was the concern there? Was it about contacting?
I'm just endeavouring to work out whether it's worth me even accompanying her, like whether there's going to be any quality time between her and myself component.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's going to be like caught up with a whole bunch of ILAB gear. It sounds like a 9 to 5 days, Monday to Friday.
Yes. Yes.
Weekends are all hers.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And most evenings.
Most evenings.
Most evenings there'll be some work and some evenings. It depends to what extent, you know. To what extent she needs to work on the implementation side, and some of the evenings there may be some organised activity. We do an activity where we work on video, and that usually extends into the evening. And as I said, there'll be perhaps one or more movie evenings, but the movie evenings are pretty much optional.
Okay, so some movie evenings and some bits and pieces around working with video, and you say most of them are free, so is it like 2 out of the 5 in a week she's likely to be busy, or is it 3?
Oh no, more like the 2.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
So 5 days and a couple of evenings a week, and then there's elective stuff, exercise things and bits and pieces you can get involved in that potentially start at 6 a.m.
Yeah, 6:30 typically. Something usually happens at 6:30, and work generally finishes. The formal work finishes at 5 o'clock, and then there's obviously some nights there'll be extra work, and it's voluntary after that.
Okay. The bit of the slide you showed on the welcome dinner. Is a little ambiguous from a partner point of view. It says there's a 6 o'clock welcome, ILAB participants only, 7 o'clock dinner, all ILAB guests. Am I right in assuming that you just want the participants, in this case my partner, to be there from 6 till 7, and then are you wanting the partners of participants to come to that dinner, or just the ILAB participants?
I can answer that one, Kevin, if you like.
Here's Simone. Yes, Simone will answer that.
Very good detail there, but it's from 7 o'clock. It's all guests welcome. So if there's partners staying with the participants, then that is included. Dinner and the entertainment's included for all partners.
Okay.
And same with the final dinner.
Right.
And same with Startup Grind, which is on the 16th.
Startup Grind.
And if I can just add that probably the first week I would say is more intensive. We do pack a lot in to get them up and running and get everybody up to speed on the process for the whole 30 days. So there's a lot going on in the first week. I would say there's less free time. If you're looking at coming for 2 weeks, you might want to position that on the final 2 weeks or in the middle. Yeah,
I was kind of feeling that. And she's at a she's operating at a very high rate of knots at the moment. She needs some unwind time for herself and whatnot anyway, and I'm wondering how much support I'm actually going to be. I'm in the space for the first little while she's transitioning to all this new stuff. And I've got a ton of work on myself, so maybe I will position it, but I don't come over initially, and I come over a couple of weeks in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And have you got any other than that? Is there any ILAB bits and pieces that you're doing that you guys have oriented so that they can be inclusive for partners?
Movie nights.
Yeah. All the optional stuff on the weekend, like we tend to do stuff together as a group, but that's optional. So if we do like the trekking up the mountain, or sometimes we go snorkeling over to an island, all that's optional and inclusive for partners. And the movie nights, yeah.
All right. And the movie nights are just like going and watching Hollywood movies? Yeah,
we usually have some sort of moral to the story or message. So we like to do not the latest blockbuster, unless it's some sort of documentary or biography or something.
Yeah, sweet. And is that at the cinema or is that on site?
That's on site.
Okay. All right. And we're 25 odd minutes from the airport. And if I liaise with you, Simone, I've kind of got to do all this for Young at the moment because she's really under the pump, making space to be able to go away from her practices for a month. I let you know, I fill out that arrival form and all that. Do you guys organise? Oh yeah, you do. That's right. There's someone there that'll pick us up. That's right. Yeah, I'll just get on Google Maps and work out where in Bali you are and all that sort of thing. I've been to Bali once before. She's never been there.
Okay.
You're somewhere near Ubud, right?
We're half an hour from Ubud and half an hour from Sanua. So we're sort of out of the tourist area and in a local village.
Right.
Yeah. So
Cool.
if you're here and you're keen to get around yourself, you can hire a scooter for about 700,000 rupiah for the month, or you can do it by the day or week.
That sounds expensive.
Huh?
What's that in Aussie dollars?
About 70, a bit less, $65 or something for the month.
Okay, for a month for a scooter.
Yeah.
But where this event's being, I hear that it's half an hour from the madness and all that. But is it still mad? Is it still like Bali traffic?
Well, we're right near the bypass, which gets busy, and I like the traffic. It's very organic and just flows, but it's very different from Australia. So you just got to go with the flow. And there's a few things we can tell you about the rules here, or the non-rules, or the general consensus. To get here. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's about all. We'll work all the rest out when we get there. I've taken notes. I'll share all this with you, and I'll make sure I fill out all the requisite stuff that needs to be filled out on her behalf.
Okay, great, awesome. And we will.
And she'll do the stuff.
Yeah, we'll post a recording of this in the Facebook group too. So if she wanted to have a listen at some point, she can.
I've been recording it on some Ubud software she's got. I don't know how successfully I've done it. So that's good.
Cool.
Listen, with the Facebook page, Simone, could I possibly just proxy for her on that and report back to her, because she honestly just doesn't have time to go on Facebook and do that.
Beforehand?
Just leading up to it.
Yeah, that should be fine. We've just posted in all the links I've put in today, so it'll just be reminders of that and that sort of stuff leading up. So you've got all that in email anyway. So I've added her in, so she won't really miss anything leading up if you handle all that. But just send me a request.
I'll go back. I'll go and review all the material over the next few days and get my head around everything, and then give her the Reader's Digest version of it. I sort of act as a bit of a personal assistant for her.
Yeah, I was getting that. Very supportive. That's great.
And that's why we're coming. That's why we're coming there, so that this madness ends.
Good.
So she finds a better way of being in the world and more effective and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, looking forward to meeting you. I've just got another question here too from Louise about mobile phones and SIM cards. Yep, you can definitely purchase those here locally, and you can actually get one very close here to the villas. It's about 100 metres at the closest shop. So you just need to make sure that your phone's unlocked. Or if you wanted to buy a cheap $20 Bali phone, you can do that too and just put a local SIM card in. So we do have, it's called Pulsar, which is credit. We do have that here for purchase at the villas, and you can buy that in like 20,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 lots. 100,000 will probably last you to the month. Everywhere you go in Bali, there's generally Wi-Fi. So if you head out on the weekends or at nights, the cafes all have free Wi-Fi, so you just need to ask them for the username and passwords. So you only really need it if you're making calls. You could probably get away with just using Wi-Fi if you hook up to Viber or something like that. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Louise? Perfect. Great.
Okay. So thanks, Simone. What's that? Okay, no more questions there, Louise, Simone?
I think Philip's got one.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Philip.
Hey, so I've come in a bit late, and look, maybe I'll keep it short because I'm more planning to be in November, although I was originally in July. I suppose I've got a broader question. I'd just love to hear a couple of examples of people that you felt got the most out of the whole ILAB experience, because we all come from very different backgrounds. You've got a program that you put together, but I'm really curious just to see when do people really get the most out of the ILAB, and both in terms of their own learning, but maybe even how they collaborate and maybe even come out of ILAB with whole new relationships that help them take that next step in their business. And hopefully you haven't answered that question already.
Yeah, do you want me to have a go at that, Simone?
Yeah, I thought if Terry's still there too, you and Terry would be great to answer that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put on a living example, which is Terry Billington. Just a moment.
Who am I answering? Hello, how are you all going out there?
Great, thank you.
Oh, Philip, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So what was your question again? Sorry, I was sitting listening but not hearing.
Beyond logistics and all those good things, I was curious just to know that, we're there for a month, enormous amount of learning, but also a lot of opportunity for us to act on that learning. And what I'm curious is, are there some good examples you could share of people who've really made the most out of that month, where they've really not only absorbed the learning, but put it into practice during that time, created new relationships, maybe even out of the group of people that are even there, so that when they left, they really had actually taken a big step towards implementing those changes or acting on the changes they could see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a facilitator too, but I've also attended the 30-day program in January, and I will speak actually for one that I facilitated, and there was two people that came in, a husband and wife, that were sort of operating in the same industry, in the health and fitness industry, but not doing the same things. And what happened with those two, within that group, there was quite a large group. There was 14 people in that group, and within that group there were other people in the same sort of industry. So there was people who do meditation and hypnosis, and those types of things. So what ended up happening with that group is they formed a business together, which was sort of in the process of being done with the husband and wife anyway. But they created this amazing opportunity as together, and they're not even all living in the same country. They're from Australia and Malaysia. So it's spread out. So they're a perfect example of some people that got awesome connections, decided that they had great synergy, they would create an even greater business opportunity from it. And now they've got this online fitness, they do yoga, meditation, and they're sort of bringing in other partners as well. So that's one really key example of where they just flew with the opportunity that was available to them. And that happens quite a lot.
Yeah, because you never know who's going to be there. But what I do get from this experience is you've got a time to focus and relax, but also opportunity, take that next step, and I think you never want a situation where you go back home and revert back to the prior model. You really want to to me at least, take this chance to lock in your new commitments, the new way of doing business, and start making it real before you even leave.
That's the whole process, Philip. That's exactly what you're going to go through. And there's even opportunities at the end of that where you can get consistent help. And sometimes it's just the group that holds each other accountable. But our aim as facilitators is to make sure you guys take on what's there, put it into practice, get some actual results while you're in ILAB, not just when you go home, and to keep those habits changing. And the great thing about the 30-day program is, as the saying goes, it takes 21 days to change a habit, and you're there for 30. Yeah. So you are definitely you will get all the support you need for that.
Cool.
Awesome.
So I just thought I thought it was a useful question to ask.
It's a very useful question. Great question, and thanks for asking it, Philip. And I'm going to hand Kevin back.
Thank you.
Great, Philip. You got it was terrific that Simone's done how many now? Simone, about sorry, Terry's done three ILAB. So I'm just through my first 15-day one, but we had a graduate night, a social night on last Saturday, and two of the former graduates turned up, both of which are fabulous success stories. One woman who's a coach in Latvia. Was there on Saturday night with her husband, and I think they've got a teenage child or maybe a primary school child, and they're moving to live in Bali for a year. So it's really changed their lives, realising the business opportunities. Another one who had is basically a dress designer, a fashion designer, and she's changed her branding completely, which has taken her far beyond just clothing, and she can apply it to a whole range of activities in the personal development space. So just a couple of stories that were there on Saturday night. So thanks for that question. We're just about up with our promised time of keeping it to an hour. I noticed someone had to drop out already. Are there any last questions? Okay, I don't see any. You okay, Simone? Any further points from you?
I'm good, thank you, Kevin.
Great. All right. Well, look, we'll leave it there, folks. If you have got any sort of burning, urgent question, you can just fire in an email to info@Vision Villas. But otherwise, we'll look forward to seeing you on the 5th of August. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight, and really looking forward to sharing with you next week. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.